Thank you to the EA Creator Network for providing me with a code for the Sims 4 Book Nook Kit. That's hard to say. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am not using my webcam today because I stayed up too late looking at the grunge kit and now I'm all sleepy and tired. So you have a little mouse with some coffee in the corner to take my place. I am in Copperdale because we're going to have a look at this this house that I've been building for a while, and I thought it was the perfect little house to kind of like explore the Book Nook Kit in. It's really hard to say Book Nook Kit. Let's try and say it 3 times fast. Book Nook Kit, Book Nook Kit, Book Nook Kit. It doesn't, I don't know if I'm doing it or not. It sounds really hard, like a tongue twister to say. Yeah, so the little mouse is generated with AI art. I know. I was going to ask my eldest to make me a little picture, but they got up too early and fell asleep on the sofa. So I'm stuck with this little AI art from Dream, I think it's called. And I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I just wanted to put like a little sleepy mouse in the corner, basically. That was my motivation for that. So this house I've been building on and off for a while. It was meant to be a house that I kind of like was gonna release for the what's it called now, not Copperdale, high school years, for high school years. And I've kind of been building on this a lot, and I kind of kept on like doing a little bit and coming back to it, and it's kind of a work in progress. There may be a kind of basic version on my gallery, but I thought we could kind of like use it to kind of look at Book Nook. So what I was kind of thinking, the idea is actually I did create a book nook in this little house. Like if you check out this little room here, I can't go into tab mode because I've not got my I'm in build mode and not live mode, so oh no. But yeah, I've got this really cute little room here that I was originally going to kind of like, it is a book nook, right? So it's got like this little bookshelf over here, and it's just really cozy. It's like a little hobby room, a little quiet room, just cozy and cute, and with all that clutter as well that came from the clutter kit. I think it's like really sweet and nice. Let me just kind of show you the rest of the house as well. This is like a little study area. It's got a little sofa in for watching telly and things like that. We've got this little vintage bathroom. So it's meant to be kind of like cutesy, mid-century chic kind of vibes, like kind of like modern mid-century. I don't know if that even makes any sense. I know what I was trying to do. So I was kind of trying to make it like a little bit farmhousey, a little bit mid-century, very kind of like shabby chic kind of thing. And I think I am actually really pleased with it. I think I did a really good job of it. I love these windows and how you can like look out over the lake. I think it's a very cute little house. So maybe we might like replace this sofa with a new one from the kit, that kind of thing. There's this little cute laundry room here, which again I think is kind of adorable. I really love these windows. I can't remember where they came from, but maybe it's like maybe it was the wedding stuff game pack, but I think they're really pretty and cute. And then this is the kitchen. So I was thinking about initially kind of like making like a book nook area here, because I always felt like this wall was kind of too plain, so I have a bit of a plan for that. But yeah, very cutesy kitchen. So it'd be really lovely for like elder Sims, I think, or maybe Sims who are like retiring and moving to the beach. There's this kind of like cute little room up here, so maybe we could do something here as well. There's not much space with that door, but I really love modular furniture in the game. So the first modular furniture we kind of got was the well, I guess you could count kitchen counters, right, which are base game, but we also had the Dream Home Decorator kit, which originally came with this kind of like different like piece it together kind of compartmentalized kind of shelving, and then they did it again in high school years, and I really like it, especially with like the smaller slots of clutter. I just really like using this kind of stuff. So you can see here the new kit actually has more of this kind of modular bookshelf stuff going on, so I am kind of excited to use it and to get more of that as well. There's another little like a very cutesy bathroom up here. I did kind of take a little bit of inspiration from my nana's house. Now my nana's bathroom was actually very different from this. She had like a massive kind of African print mirror on the entire wall, which was very cool. She lived in Nigeria, so she had like African stuff all over her house. And then like this little kind of like lounge area, like a little hangout space. You know, maybe people can kind of like get up and do like a little performance for the family, you know, like the grandkids come over and put on a little show, that kind of thing. And then we have like 2 kind of single rooms as well. So again, I kind of thought we could maybe do something with this space up here. And then we've got this little space here too. So again, it's not overly decorated. Again, it's kind of has been a work in progress, so let's see what we can do with it today. Right, going back down to the kitchen, again, this wall has always bothered me because I just think it's kind of plain here. So what I think I'm going to do, there is like a tile here where we can pull this wall out. So I'm going to pull this wall out to make space for the bookshelves, and then we'll kind of go up and also pull these walls out. And I think this is going to look okay. Let's go right up to the top, pull the roof out. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. I actually quite like that. And then we'll just kind of like decorate the spaces on the outside with more of this. Why is that not placing there? Maybe I need move objects on. BB, move objects on. I'm just going to copy that so I can turn it off easily again. Yeah, there we go. So we'll just kind of like fill in the gaps like that. There's a little one there as well. Oh yeah, and there's this little like back door porch area on the go here as well. This would be nice actually sort of date with the greenhouse items, you know, from the new greenhouse kit that we got. And just kind of like having like an outdoor kind of like space, little patio area where you can like chill and kind of watch the scenery. I think it's really just a really nice spot actually. It's a really nice location. Like I say, it is in Copperdale and it's kind of down the road from the rental. It's a really cute spot. So again, you can make it a rental if you wanted to as well. It's got this little stream here. It's just a very, very nice kind of scenic spot. So let's go back down to the kitchen where we've made that space now. I think I'm just going to kind of like move everything over. So we'll kind of like just kind of grab everything and move it out of the way while we kind of look at the new kit. Maybe I'll just put that kind of there for now. This, I'm probably just going to get rid of that entirely, I think. Get rid of that, and this little cute Hoover as well. Let's just bring it into the kitchen for the time being. So now we have this space. So let's have a quick look back at the new kit. Here we go. So I think this is most of the items. I'm happy that they're all kind of like still starred because I did kind of like very briefly look to see if they had filters. So let me just kind of show you what I'm kind of thinking here. So if you filter the kits, so what I found when we got like some of the newer kits, so for example like the greenhouse kit, I think all the items come over under garden, so it's really easy to find the new items from the greenhouse kit. The new kind of like the 80s basement kit, all that comes under shabby more or less. So most of the items were kind of easy to find by using the filters. Now I didn't find a filter that incorporates these items, which is disappointing because it really helps to kind of like find them. I thought maybe it'd be like mission, maybe it'd be contemporary, but it's not. So some of them are listed under modern, but not all of them. So can you see the difference? I counted, there's like 24, I think 28 or 24 items. Let's just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I think if this is correct, 24 items in this kit. I think there's also wallpaper. But if you filter for modern, which is where most of them are, it drops down to like 14 items. So it's a shame that they're not all tagged for that. I don't know why the bookshelves aren't tagged because, yeah, I feel like it would have fit in, but I don't know. So for now, luckily, we've got this kind of like star system that's on the go. Right, so what do we have? We have this like bench here. Oh, it's a coffee table. Coffee table books exist for the sole purpose of showing off how smart you are. These oversized books are never open, let alone read, and they're usually full of giant maps or vibrant pictures. The fewer words, the better. Books like this need a prominent place to be displayed to all of your house guests, and what a better way to do that than on this coffee table. So that doesn't look too modular. It's kind of a little bit square. Let's have a look at the colour options because again I've got this kind of like cutesy white pink thing going on. Maybe that one, it's not quite the same. think it's going to have to just be white, isn't it? I do like the wood option. So again, to kind of review this kit a bit, my favourite wood colour is this colour. So like very dark brown, actually maybe a little bit more rustic looking than that, but that kind of like dark chocolate brown as opposed to kind of the more mahogany kind of reddish colour brown. I tend to use that quite often in the game. It's my favourite. Yeah, and then it kind of got like the pale oak, the white. I feel like kind of like golden oak is missing, like on this countertop, but they've got like the variation of the book colour going on there. So I guess that helps. Like the book colour I think helps with blending it in with your decorations. So for example, if you had a room and it was decorated in kind of like white and orange, right, and the books were pink, it might create a clash that you're not looking for. So to have it like the same wood colour but different colour options of books, that's quite handy, I think. What else do we have? Do we have like sectional seating is what I'm kind of looking for here. Like a sexual seating for underneath this window would have been nice, but I'm not seeing it. So maybe I'm just going to kind of put in, I don't know, the Gentry Max Love Seat. Even the most meticulous scholar deserves a bit. So maybe it's like a dark academia. I mean, I don't feel like it's very dark academia. This is interesting. It has kind of like a fluffy texture, so kind of like a lambskin texture, which is interesting, very modern. What's this one called? Snuggly Spot Sofa. It's your favourite spot inside your home. You return to it daily to unwind and recharge. I feel like that would pillow. I wouldn't buy that personally in real life. In The Sims, it's great. In real life, I feel like you get a lot of bobbling, just because of like when I've had kind of like clothing with that on, it kind of gets all bubbled and pilled. So I don't know. Ooh, I don't like that colour. That's that's nice. The kind of brown, it's very teddy bear. It's interesting that they've got the cord as well. I would have liked more options. I would have liked definitely more colour choice in the cord. I think it would have been really nice if they'd have used, I'm a bit scared to look, but I'm going to have to because I'm going to have to look. I'm just really scared of like losing the stars and having to like go through and find everything. If we just quickly filter for Dream Home Decorator as a reference. Where are you, Dream Home Decorator? There you are. I really love the kind of colour swatches that we get in Dream Home Decorator. So just to compare, because why I'm doing this is I think they've gone for kind of like a tonal look, like a tonal colour, like a very kind of soft tonal palette. And I feel like Dream Home Decorator did tonal really well. So look at how many colour options you get here. So what's that, like 9, 10, 11, like 12 colour choices. And then you've got these like beautiful kind of like blues, like that's a really nice cream. Again, I don't really like that colour. I don't know what that colour's about. But this green's lovely. Pale blue. I feel like that brown is really nice as well, that kind of like chocolate colour. So I feel like they got the colour palette on Dream Home Decorator really quite nice. There's other things as well. So I'm like, why have we only got 6? Like, why do we get 12 colour swatches on some items and 6 on another? I just feel like it's very, very limited. So I think it would have been really nice. Like, for example, this one, can you see this kind of teal colour on the cushion? It would have been nice to have like an entirely teal piece. So my other complaint with this as well, I'm just not entirely happy with the colour options. Like, I think it's very, very limiting when you get different, like for example this one, it's a nice combination of colours, but like if the rest of your room is not yellow and orange, then that's gonna, I mean, it kind of looks a bit washed out as well. I feel like I don't really like the colour of that. Like that looks kind of washed out as well. I feel like if it was like a dark, not darker, but like a deeper, like less bright, like it looks, I don't know. So it's like I kind of like it, but also I feel like the colours are like weird. It's like, it's hard because it's like, it's almost there, but it's not there. I would make that more of a chocolate brown. I like this cream throw. And I like that that cushion matches that cushion. I think like the brown and cream make it quite easy to use, but I don't like the shade. Like there's something really off about the shade of it. And I think it would have been really nice to get like a brown, like see how that's like a deeper colour? It would have been really nice to get like a brown cord. And just, I feel like the colour options are really limited. And then here it's like, it's cream on cream, but that's kind of like a yellowy cream. That's kind of like a beige cream. That's white. So it's like the tone of the colours doesn't match. I'm being very, very fussy. And it's a shame because I do like the shape of the item and I like what they're going for, but the colours are just blah. I don't know how much I'd use that, to be honest. Right, let's take off Dream Home Decorator and keep going. So let's have a comparison with this chair. Like, do the colours match? This is my next question. See, even, I mean, it could be the lighting in the game. I mean, the cushion match. That cushion as well, like, something about that cushion looks really kind of like low poly. It almost looks like a base game cushion. It doesn't look very, do you know what I mean? It's not a very nice, it's just not a very nice cushion. So 1, 2, like, what have we got on this chair? Yeah, so it does look like the colours match, which is good. I don't love it. I don't love it. I mean, it kind of, at least it does kind of go with these kind of like peachy coloured chairs. I think what my problem is I just wish there was more consistency. I wish there was more consistency across like all the packs with like the colour range, right? I wish they'd like have like a set colour palette, and there could be a lot of options in it as well, but I wish they had like a set colour palette that they would use consistently across all items, where it just feels like every time they make a new item, they just come up with a completely new colour palette, a completely new shade, and it just makes everything so hard to kind of like match. So I guess let's have a look at this kind of like more sectional furniture. Sexy, sexual, sectionals. I mean, this is a very nice bookcase. I feel like I could use this in a lot of places. It's not overly wide. It's kind of chunky, but not like horrible wide. And it looks like it's going to tile really well. So that is going to be nice for like libraries. It would have been nice, I think, to get like a corner section. You know, like if it was kind of like on the diagonal. So it kind of like you know, like corner counters. So like a corner counter like that, but it's a corner bookshelf. And then you could have like an entirely kind of, you know, you could have it curve around corners. That would have been good as well. Let's have a look then at the colour options. So, you get a lot of swatches on this one. I like this. So I like that. So shout out Avaline. I follow you on Instagram. If you're not following Avaline on Instagram, you should do, because it is like bookshelf goals. She's been doing this very kind of like color coordinated tonal book arrangement, which I am all about, and this feels like a similar thing, right? Oh, look at that. Like, yeah, like I used to do this, like arranging your books by color. I feel again it could be more tonal. That one's quite nice. See, the tone on that one is quite nice because the tone kind of carries across all the books. On this one, I kind of like how it looks like maybe some of them are revert. Well, not really. I'm not like going I really like the tonal, like that kind of like very, very, very tonal, like coordinated effort. So yeah, I have that feeling of like, you know what they're going for, but whether or not it's quite achieved is a different story. I like that there's ones where it looks like the bookshelf's full and then somewhere it's like the bookshelf's empty. And it is quite, I mean, it's quite easy to kind of like piece everything together and kind of like have open bookshelves and then closed bookshelves. I mean, sectional's always a win, right? And then I kind of want to have that going across like this, like. I know it's kind of covering up the window, but I might skip that coffee table and just add like that back. It's quite pretty. I mean, if I walked into a kitchen and they have bookshelves like that, I'd be like, oh my god, like that is so pretty. Let's have a look. So we've got this like, that's a bit too chunky for me. It's not like the kind of style that I tend to go for. Is it just me, or does that not have a matching colour? If that doesn't have a matching colour, guys. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. It's really upsetting me. Let's have a look at this lamp. I love lamp. This is really nice. Okay, I really appreciate that it's a single tile. It's not even a full tile. It's like a half tile lamp. And do you know what? This lamp is kind of redeeming the entire pack. Like, I love that one with the wood. I love that one with the kind of like bronze. So bronze metal is always my favourite, and that is quite a nice shade of bronze. I actually really, really like that lamp. Let me spin it around. You spin me right round, baby, right round. And have that there. So that's like a nice little reading chair. Very sweet. I actually want to use this. Okay, so not gonna lie, this lamp I'm gonna use all the time, absolutely everywhere. I feel like it's actually a better lamp than that one. So I'm gonna get rid of that lamp that I was previously using, because that one's quite a big, wide lamp. It's a little bit oversized. This single tile lamp, so I need more single tile floor lamps that are kind of modern and nice in the game. It's something that I've been like craving, because a lot of the ones we have are really like base gamey and not very nice. I'd kind of show you them, but I don't want to kind of like lose my filters. So yeah, I really like that lamp, and this one's nice here as well. Let's go back downstairs and find a little spot for this. So maybe here on this little side. So again, this is kind of a little bit vintage, which I really, really love. I like the shape of it. It reminds me of Peacemaker. I don't know why. I don't know if he's actually got any like this, but it kind of reminds me of his sort of style. I'm not sure about that kind of like pinky metal, like that. It's kind of like rose gold, but I could see myself using it in some situations. That's quite nice because it gives it a very different edge. That's almost kind of like 80s office with the kind of marble base. So it kind of gives it a different vibe. What I don't like is like, why is it green on the bottom? I definitely wouldn't have had it green on the bottom. I would have kind of had that kind of bronze metal colour. Oh, it's not green on the bottom. Okay, it was just something to do with the placement. Okay, phew, it's fine, guys, it's fine. What were you even worried about? It's absolutely fine. So I'm going to put that on a bit of an angle as well. That's a very, very cute lamp. So the lighting I will definitely use all the time. I can see myself really using the heck out of that. The fire hazard, is it aesthetically pleasing? Yes. Will it get a lot of likes if you post it on Instagram? Absolutely. With all that being said, the candle placement is a bit precarious. That's quite funny. Oh, that is quite cute. That is actually really quite cute. What I kind of feel sometimes about when they try to do these kind of more fern-like or leafy leaves, they do tend to look a little bit lower quality. Again, there's another like fern in the game that I feel quite the same about. So it's not too bad, I think, because it's small, but maybe I would have preferred a little bit more texture on that to make it look a little bit more lifelike. The vase though, I really, really like the clear vase, and that's something else I've really been craving. I really would love to get more houseplants. I love houseplants. I love having a variety of houseplants. And I would really have liked more glass vases, because I feel like that's something we're kind of lacking in the game. Yeah, that is cute. I will accept that as tribute. I'm going to leave that there because I quite like it there. And I'm going to put these up on the shelves somewhere. That is cute as well. So I think, are they high school years? I can't quite remember. But they're very, very cute. I like those. So what else do we have? We've got, let's see what this thing is. Basically, empty book basket. This is the lowest your to-read pile has ever been. The only logical course of action is to go to the bookstore and purchase more books. I do feel like this is like Avaline themed. So when you do, you know exactly where to put them. Really cute as well. I kind of like that. I kind of feel like this would be good either on a bedside table. So let's just bob up here. So like on a bedside table like this, right? I'm actually going to put that there, and I'm going to move this thing. Oh, it goes inside. It goes inside. Is that because I've got move objects on? Wait, hang on. Move objects off. Hold on. Does that actually slot? It does. It's got a slot inside it. Whoa! 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 Oh, that's so funny. Okay, I'm actually just going to place it down for a second so I can pick it back up and move it again. There we go. We'll put that there. That is really cool. So can I add to it? Is that an actual thing? So like I can get these books, a large stack of books. Listen, before you judge me, you need to know how good these cake decorators have gotten these days. Oh, I saw Ian Siegel post this description to Twitter, and everybody was like, what, cakes? And it reminds me of that TV show, Is It Cake? Have you seen it on Netflix? I don't know why it gives me like Sparked vibes as well. It's something about like the way it's filmed. It makes me think of Sparked. But yeah, like Is It Cake? And like it has all these bakers and they make these cakes, and I think the one I watched, like it was like toilets. They all had to make a cake that looked like a toilet, and then they had to like guess which of the objects were like cakes and which were toilets. Yeah, check it out if you can, like wanting something to watch. It doesn't slot. Oh no. Do you know why? Because they've not given it, that has a small slotting placement, that's why it'll slot there. Wait, is move objects on? Why is that slotting really weird? Oh, I think they could have looked at maybe the slotting behaviour of this pack, because I've got a feeling that that this object is a really small slot. Perhaps, because why is that clipping into it? I mean, I would rather have things clip and I can place it myself in a way that I like than have it too large, because that is really disappointing. I really thought those books were going to go into there and you could like add to the stack, and you can't. So that is like a mega shame. So can I put them, see, I can't put them in there. I thought I'd be able to like slot them in like little gaps like that. That's a shame that I can't do that with the books. Ah, oh, it's not, wait, what? Oh, it's a wall item? Is it a wall shelf? What? Wait, what? It's for the wall. What? I don't understand this object. Maybe I like it, but it's surprised me and it's confused me. Okay, let's just change the colour of that one. So, if I got like, what has like, it's a shelf. It's a shelf, guys. Can I put them like next to each other? Like, oh, that's interesting. Isn't that interesting? That's clever. I like it. Oh, this is like a full one, to be read book basket. These are cute. I like these book baskets. Okay, the pack is redeeming itself through that, like the clutter objects. I guess like that one. It's a very white themed room. Can I put that on the bookshelf? It's like what can I put and where can I put it? Okay, let's go back downstairs. So can I put these? So I can put these like around. So the slime behaviour is actually quite good. Can I put it in there? No. Can I put it up there? No. The slotting behaviour is good, she says, not finding anywhere where she can slot it. So, hey, that's what she said. Oh, so it goes in there, but that's already a bookshelf. Where else can I put it? Like in here? Maybe I could get rid of those books. Yeah, let's get rid of those ones that I've kind of put there. In favour of these ones. Oh, I sold the whole thing. Oh, that's because, is that part of the, oh, it's part of the object itself, because it's an all-in-one object. Does she even play Sims, brah? I don't know what to do with these, but I kind of want to put them somewhere. In here, perhaps? There. Yeah, let's put them in here. Okay, so, why is it, oh, it does go to the side. It's slightly strange slotting behaviour, I'm not quite sure. Wait, does that not have... Yeah, it does. Cute. So yeah, like the tonal colours I like, but it's a little bit hit and miss, I feel, this pack. What's this one here? The self-care book tray. This minimalistic tray is built to hold your book and hot beverage as you nestle into your comfy couch. Keep your space organised and never worry about a wet book again with this handy tray. Okay. Oh, it goes up there. You can put your tray and your coffee on top of your bookshelves. Again, this could be really cute, like somewhere like here. Like, oh, it's a shame that doesn't have a slot down there. I've just got too much clutter in this house. I don't have anywhere to put anything. Let's go back downstairs. Like, I feel like somewhere in here. There's just too much nice stuff. I don't want to get rid of anything. On there? No. Let's go back into the kitchen. I mean, maybe that makes sense. I'm going to get rid of that. That makes sense, doesn't it? It's like, you know, you're having your morning coffee, you've got your little tray, you know, you started out in bed and then you woke up a bit and you wandered down to the kitchen, someone made you coffee in bed. That's very cute as well. I like the pink too, because I've got like a bit of a pink theme in this room. Very cutesy, very nice. So I think these, oh, they do slot. I thought I saw somebody, it might have been Jason Sterling. I thought you said that these only slotted onto the floor. I might have misunderstood. I really like these. So I actually have stacks of books myself in my home. Like in my bedroom, I do have like stacks and stacks and stacks of books. Yeah, from kind of, just because I've always been a book person, I kind of wish that, again, maybe we have more colour options because we've got 5 and I feel like that's kind of limited. I do kind of wish, I love that they stack. So I have seen on Twitter that they stack and they stack and they stack and they stack and they stack. So like they go and they go and they go and they go. So how high you can stack your books, it's like book Jenga. Like you can stack them really super high. But if you want to do that, if you were creating like a vampire library, right, a basement vampire library, and you wanted stacks of books, you could absolutely do that. It'd be such a cool effect. Can I stack these inside the, oh, I can put them on the bookshelves. That's cool. No, I can't. But I can put them on the bookshelves. So I like that. I like that look of like being able to have some of the books side on. I think that's, again, I kind of wish there was like a half size stack. So like, you know, like a stack this size, but the stack's like this. I would have really liked that. I wonder if that's like a table. You know, like a mimic of a table. Oh, I can put the lamp on it. I like lamp, so I would size that down, and then that looks really cute. I like this. I like this. I do. There's a lot of options here for like placement of things, which I appreciate. So this is extremely cute. This little storybook house thing, and it's like the book is the roof. So it's like, I don't know if this is a real thing. Have you seen these in real life? It's such a cute idea. So like you stack your little books in it, and then you're like, the one that you're reading is like open on top. I feel like that would be perfect actually for like a kid's room. So let's maybe use, again, I just wish there was more colour options. Again, I feel kind of limited by the colour choices. But let's just bob upstairs to like the girly room. And yeah, you could absolutely kind of like put this like somewhere like that and kind of, hang on, let me just, so if we bring that down and then we put that up like that. And then it's like, that's her little like reading thing. I love that. There's some really, really cute stuff. So yeah, very, very hit and miss though. What's this rug? So rug of poetic justice. You need a soft rug to stand on while you stare at your bookshelves. Whether you are contemplating whether you should buy another book, hint, the answer is always yes. Admiring your collection or just trying to remember where you left your reading glasses so you have a more comfortable place to stand. And if you do want reading glasses and you're not aware of this, there's reading glasses in the... so there's these ones here that are like attached to this object, and then you get like a loose pair in the clutter kit. I really like the coffee cups and the glasses. What I do find with the kits, and I don't know why this is, I don't know if it's like a limitation, like an expense thing, I just find that kits are very shy on adding swatches. So again, it's like, why can we get like 12 swatches on some things, and then like, I mean, there's quite a few on that. but like, why do we get 12 swatches on some things and then like 6 on others, or like even less than that on some other things? I don't know why like some items are so limited, because it does limit the use. If like you can't kind of coordinate the colours of the like the woods and the actual brighter colours, it really, really limits how much you can use it. And I think that's such a shame. And I think it does impact the success of the pack overall, because I'm like, well, why? Like, look at that, that's brilliant, that's got so many swatches. So again, I don't know if it's like a time constraint type thing. I actually really love this. So things that I can't get enough of actually, clutter, especially clutter with like small slots that I can kind of like decorate with, plants, lights, and especially like candles and things like that, and posters. I can't get enough posters in the game. I like that it's got a really simple frame as well. Oh, so they're kind of giving you different options of the wood colour as well. Not too many, but a couple. That's cute. Oh, that's pretty. These are really sweet. What I would say with those three though, my complaint with those three would be that I would want to use all three next to each other, and I would have liked the frame to match rather than have 3 different frames. So that's my complaint with that one, because it's such a beautiful image and then the frame's different on each one. So do you see what I mean? You can't kind of like go like that because the frames are going to be different. So again, that does kind of limit its use a little bit. But they're nice pictures. I could definitely see, oh, I really like that one. I could definitely see myself getting a lot of use out of these. I really, really like these. I'd probably use that, maybe that one, or maybe that one. But I think that I kind of like that. I think I'm going to go for that one because it's just a bit more neutral, and maybe size it down a little bit just so I can kind of place it a little bit more centered. Or maybe actually I do want it kind of off center, like that. Cute. Yes, I like it. And that could also be like a chalkboard, you know, like if you want to pretend like, you know, people are leaving messages for each other, sort of like over the sink. Let me just kind of find that again. It kind of does have like almost like a chalkboard effect to it. Yeah, so it's like, you know, leaving each other messages. I'm going to leave that there actually, because I like the idea of being like, buy onions, don't forget to put the storage heater on. I don't know. And then let's change this one to that other design that I liked, that one. How sweet. So yeah, I do feel a little bit, again, this rug, it's very limited colours. It's very nice though. I can definitely see myself using it quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah, very hit and miss. Very, very hit and miss. Things I like about look at all this stuff everywhere. Things I like about it then. I like that, let me just kind of like decide where I'm putting all this stuff now. I like that, sorry, she's completely distracted, sorry guys. Move objects back on. I'll get to it in a second. Hold on. Like, I just kind of want to put that back there. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to go back into live mode and we'll see if people can like navigate the space. Yeah. And then we'll, you know, and just see what's usable and what's not usable. And while I do that, I'm going to kind of talk about my thoughts and feelings on it. I feel like the colour swatches has let it down, because I think, especially on the sofas, I feel like they just look a little bit washed out, and it would have been nicer to have got more options, especially of the cord, and a little bit more, just something is a little bit off about like the tone of the colours. Like, it's like it should match but it doesn't match. It's kind of like, you know, when people have like white and kind of like yellowy cream together, it doesn't work because the undertone's wrong. So, and then it's like, I think sometimes like the colour limits the use. I've seen other people saying they don't like when sofas have like throws over because that limits it. So I don't know. Oh, what we didn't do was try and replace that one. Hold on, let me just find the new stuff again. Here we go, now it gets difficult. Now that the little star things have gone. Where are you, new kit thing? Is it that one? No, that's the fluffy one. Oh no. That one, no. That one, no. What's this? It looks like a stack of books, so it's that one. Right, okay, let's get rid of that one. That is cuter. That's nicer in that space, I think. So yeah, we didn't fully look at this one. See, look at the cushions on this. Right, hang on. Compare the cushions on this one. It's got this really nice cord. Like, the colours are kind of more tonal. I don't really like that. Like, some of them just look a bit blah. Like, a bit like they need a bit more, like, more feathers in them. They're a bit too slouchy. That one looks, like, thicker. Like, this is a much nicer asset. I think, like, having, yeah, like, see, the thing is, if you make it tonal, but you add texture and pattern, then I think it looks better. Whereas, like that, I really like that stripe cushion, and I really like this cushion here and this cord cushion. So it's like, again, like the blacks are kind of a little bit off. It's like not true black. See how the cushion's kind of true black, but this is kind of like a grey. Like, it looks a little bit washed out. I do kind of like it with the teal, but again, if the rest of the house isn't teal, then that's going to limit its use. So again, these are like, it's a little bit better. It's not quite as off as the one before. Like, again, like, I like that chocolate brown, and I feel like that should be more of a chocolate brown, and that should be more of a chocolate brown. Yeah, I feel like it's like the same thing again. It's a little bit better, but I'm still a little bit about it. I like this sofa better than that sofa. And that's a shame, actually, because I like the idea of this sofa. Like, I like that textured blanket as well, like the wool. I like the idea of this sofa. But then, like, I think the cushions let it down. I think it'd be almost better if it didn't have cushions on, or they gave us separate cushions that we could kind of, like, use, you know, move objects on to kind of place ourselves. Because I think that the cushions really actually spoil that item. I don't even mind the throw. The cushions, like, are yucky. And then I think because of the colouring on them as well, like, the colours are weird. Like, that's such a weird colour green. It kind of matches the lights. Yeah, so again, like, I feel like what's letting this pack down is the amount of colour options. If you had more colour choice, it'd be much, much better, because the colours are so limited. And then with the bookshelves as well, I kind of have the same feeling of kind of like, maybe the colours are slightly off. I do like the colour coordinated shelves, like the colour coordinated books. Again, very Avaline, which again, she's so good at it. But I kind of wish, I don't know, guys. I don't know. And then, like, so my winners are placement of objects, because, like, some of them have brilliant placement. Like, I wouldn't have expected to be able to place that there, and yet I can, and it feels appropriate. Like, so having the small footprints is a big win, especially on, like, the lights and things. These stackable books, absolutely love them. Again, I feel like they could have come in more colour swatches. Maybe some darker colours. Again, some of them are a little bit light. I think I would have liked a bit more dark academia kind of shades on those. Yeah, so I really, really like both of the lights. I really like the stackable books. I really like the clutter items. So kind of like this little thing here. You know, these books. Oh, wait, there's a baby in the room. There's a baby in the room. I forgot this family had a baby. Yeah, these kind of like little bookshelves, these kind of like bedside clutter things. So there's definitely some winners. How many items are usable? What is usable and what is decorative? This is another thing. So that is decorative, which is a shame, because I think that should have been a bookshelf. Because again, like the description makes you think that you can like get books out of that. So that should act as a bookshelf. I think anything with books should act as a bookshelf. That should act as a bookshelf. Right? This one definitely should. That one is. Like, there's no reason why because they don't actually, like, if I just kind of show you on these, they don't actually interact with it. So read Love in the Time of Sandwiches. If you just kind of watch her, she just goes up to the object and swipes. So there's no reason why that interaction couldn't be placed on the other items as well. And again, this is another thing, like, I don't understand what it is with kits, because kits are very, very, very hit and miss. You see, she didn't even go near it. She didn't even go near it. She just grabbed it out of like space. So I think she actually got it out of this bookshelf. But like, yeah, you don't actually need to go up to the bookshelf to use it. So yeah, where are the other ones? So there was one here as well. So this one definitely, yeah, it's not a bookshelf and it should be. So I would love for them to patch that ability in, to be able to use these as bookshelves. I don't feel like I would expect these shelves to be used as bookshelves because they're quite clearly shelves. A bit like the suitcase bookshelf that we got in Growing Together, which I love. Those kind of like hipster bookshelves. I assume these can be used as bookshelves. Like all these little ones. That can't be used as a book. Wait, it can. I clicked on it funny. That one can't? Wait, what? What? Right, so I guess that's a shelf, right? That's a shelf. There's no books on it, so I wouldn't expect to be able to get a book from that. That one I feel like I should be able to get a book from. That one I can. That one I can. That one I can't? What? I wouldn't expect to get a book from that. I would expect that to be clutter. Right, so... And those as well, I would have expected to be able to get a book from there. So I think I would like them to update a lot of these items to make them actually function as bookshelves, because other items do in the game, and I would expect similar behaviours from similar items. It might be because that's a table, though, or like maybe it's like a crate. I'm just trying to think, because kits are always mimics, so kits are always kind of like... They don't, unless it's a gameplay kit, they don't tend to add new functionality. They tend to just like mimic something else. So I wonder if that is like, what do we have? So what's stackable? So it looks like, I don't know, what is stackable here? Like a display? No, it's not that, is it? So it's something with a slot on the top that you can stack. I was thinking maybe it was that crate, but that would make it storage. I don't know. It's a puzzle. I don't know. I'm curious to know what that is. I'm not sure. So yeah, I don't know. Why is that jumped up there? What? Oh my god. Okay, it begins. The craziness begins. Oh, it's because the ghost is in it. I see. All right, that makes sense now. Yeah, so very, very hit and miss. I feel like the strong points of the kit are things like the lights and the clutter. I feel like, considering the bookshelves were the main kind of selling point, I think that maybe the colours are a little bit off. Yeah, that's kind of my feelings on that. I would give this kit a 5 out of 10. I can't see... And the reason is the colours, because I think that although I like all the items, I think all the items are very pretty, I can see where they were going, I think having limited colour palettes means it limits the amount that I'm going to use it in my game. So I could absolutely see myself definitely using these bookshelves for libraries. I do really like that you've got like an empty one and a full one, and I think I would kind of use kind of like the very dark woods, like these colours for libraries. I think that would be really, really cool. But again, like, I do kind of feel like maybe I would have made the books look a little bit more vintage, but then if I made the books look more vintage on this one, then I don't know. I think I'm frustrated with this kit because I really want to like it. And there's some really nice stuff. Maybe I'm being too hard on it. Maybe I'm being too picky. but I'm kind of so sensitive to like color palette in the game, especially because it gets so hard to kind of like match things. Like look at like the different colors of pink. Do you know what I mean? There's like 3 different colors of pink there. Why can't we just have the same color pink on all the items? Like, why can't the color palettes be consistent? I think that's where my frustration comes in, because I do like to build and I do like to decorate, and then when you're constantly having to kind of like be like, oh, it doesn't match, the color doesn't match, the color doesn't match, like, and then it's like you get really stuck on like finding which items to use, and like nothing's coordinating properly. It is really frustrating. And even in a house where I've kind of got a lot of clashing colours, and it's kind of like very clashing, very mix and match, at least still I want the mailbox in here. I told you it was a work in progress. Like, even though it's intentionally very kind of like shabby chic and like clashing colours, I still want a consistency of the tone of the colour. It's like here, like the pink in there bothers me because it's too bright. Right? I would prefer that to be more of a baby pink, and it's kind of more of a Barbie pink. So, oh, I don't know. I wish they would just get together, like all the designers on the Sims team, all of the art designers, and like say, look, here's your tones, here's your colour palette. And you know, like how you can say like specific colours. So, you know, like a colour has numbers, like a red, green and blue number. And like, I wish that like the art directors would go, look, these are the tones you can use, like, you know, these are the, like, and like have actual colour palettes. So like, here's a wood colour palette, here's a pastel colour palette, here's a muted tonal colour palette, here's your darks colour palette, both through build by and both through CAS, because again, it's just so frustrating when stuff doesn't match properly, and it just feels like every time somebody designs an object in the game, like everybody's coming out at it with like a different colour palette in mind, like different inspiration pictures. And I'm like, fine, use your inspiration pictures, but pick the colours from specific colour palette, right? Have like colour block the whole game kind of thing, guys. It's just frustrating. As a player, it's just frustrating when you can't, when nothing mixes and matches properly, and it gets so hard to decorate, and especially with a kit, because kits are kind of like, there's such a small amount of items, right? It's like you can barely do one room with a kit. So I think if you don't coordinate with existing items, right, so here's an example of why they did it really, really, really well with a kit. If we go to industrial, now my complaint with industrial was that I think maybe they did go a little bit too broad with the industrial kit, but the items actually match base game items really, really nicely. So if you look at kind of like these counters, and I think they even updated the counters to give them more swatches. So it's like if you show you something like that, right? So that's like a base game counter, and then we got things like this bed, and it's like the colours like are really quite consistent. So I really, really loved, like, having said that, I can't actually find matching colours now, but I did, like, when I got that kit, I found it really easy to kind of like coordinate an entire house using like the same kind of textures. I'm saying that, I'm kind of like showing myself up because I'm not finding the same textures. I mean, my memory of it's a little bit better. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. But again, like, I did kind of feel like everything... Maybe not then. Maybe this is a complaint across the board. You know, that stuff just... There you go. Like, you see how the metal colour, at least, like, the metal colour is the same metal colour. Like, they've used the exact same... So they've expanded on a base game feature. So they've, like, the exact same kind of nuts and bolts, the exact same metal texture is used on this bed frame. So it's like, if they can do that across... like for one kit, why aren't they doing it for all the kits? And I feel like maybe the industrial kit didn't quite hit the mark because kits were quite new, people were still not quite sure how they felt about them, but I still stand by the industrial kit. I think it's a really, really good kit. I just think maybe like the learning experience from that kit was to focus on one room rather than like an entire house, but at least it matched that base game set. But with this, it's like, well, what does this match? What is this supposed to match from the game? You know? So like, even if I go for like, so what was a lot of this filtered for? It was filtered for modern, wasn't it? So I'm just kind of like thinking out loud. I overthink everything. I really get in my own head about stuff. So if we filter for modern, right, so we'd have something like this rocking chair. So does this rocking chair have like the same colours? Like, I'm looking at the kind of the wood colour of the base. Like, no, it doesn't have matching wood colours really to... I mean, that's a different colour orange, right? So that doesn't match. Yeah, no, it doesn't. I mean, maybe I guess you could argue that matches, but then you're limited to the wood colour. So let's pick something else. So that was from, is that from... Growing Together. So let's get something from... What else? Like this counter from Tiny Dream Home Decorator, right? Oh, does that wood match? No, I don't feel like it does. Not quite. Do you see what I mean though? It's not even... She's getting frustrated. I've gone quiet because I'm frustrated. Like, what else do we have? Like, let's look at the other items. So is there anything else that's like got a cushion on it? I don't know, it's such a random tag as well, like colours. So like this thing here, does this match? Is that the same green? Not really, no. Different shade of green. Kind of, but not quite. Is that the same red? Different red? Do you see what I mean? It's like, well, how are we meant to match stuff if... I mean, I guess that kind of matches, I guess. I think that's kind of by chance than design, though. It's just, I don't know. That's kind of what's making me, like... bump it down. And I had high hopes because I was like, modular bookshelves, yes, give me more modular bookshelves. They look really clean. They look like you could use them in most places. Like I could use these in like a kid's room, right? I could use them in an elder person's room. I could use them in a library. Like they will fit into most houses because they're quite a generic style. But like within that, I just feel like there's just something kind of off. I want to like them, but I don't. And again, like these chairs, I like the shape. We need more modern sofas in the game. But why is it such a limited colour palette? And why are those cushions so saggy looking? This is a nice item. I do feel like we've got quite a lot of this kind of stuff in the game. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment box down below. I'll upload this to the gallery anyway, and you can kind of like adjust it as you see fit. Yeah, let me know what you think and stuff like that. Again, like, but this is the thing as well. Like, you know how the treasure box that we got in the basement kit. If I just kind of filter for that, so shabby. You know that treasure box. And I didn't even check it when I was kind of like doing my little makeover. I didn't even check to see if it was a storage box, and it wasn't. It didn't function as a storage box. It's not even there, is it? Do you know what I mean though? Do you know this treasure box I mean? And so they had to update the kit to make it function like a treasure box. And I'm like, well, why didn't you just do that in the first place? Like, why didn't you think of that? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you think. Am I being too hard? Am I being too cynical? And I think that's why I get so frustrated, because if I just don't like the theme, right? If I'm like, oh, it's not my theme, I'm not really interested in this, it's not my vibe. There's that box that I was talking about. It's like it like looks like it should function as a trunk, and it didn't. Kind of like that as like a coffee table there, though, don't you? Again, colours, don't like the colours. Colours aren't matching, she's giving up. Yeah, I think that's what frustrates me more, because if I just don't like the theme, right, if I'm like, oh, I'm not going to use this, it's not my style, I'm not that bothered about it, I don't get that fussy. But when it's something that I think has a lot of potential, and it's something that I think I want to like this, it's my style, it has so, you know, this feels like it should be something I like, but I don't quite like it, and there's something off. It's so frustrating, because then it's like, because then it's like the potential is there, but it's not achieved, and I think that's where the frustration comes in for me. And I'm going to stop ranting because I don't like to get into a ranty mood. As I say, kits are very, very hit and miss. And I do think they have a lot of potential, and it's just feels like it's hard for the team to get them quite right. And I don't know why that is. And again, it's like, I think what would help would be having a consistent colour palette across, at least across all kits, right? Or if when they're making a kit, they use the colour palette from a matching style. So for example, they went into like the modern tab, and when they were like, right, we'll use these wood colours, these specific, you know, the exact same textures and colours so that it does match. And like, yeah, and just adding more variety of swatches so it's easier to kind of mix and match, especially with kits because the items are so limited. So it's like you don't want to further limit them by limiting the colour palette. I don't know. I just feel like the close but not there kit. It's like, but they're moving in the right direction. I do think they're learning. I do think they're making progress. And again, I really like the idea of being able to filter them by style, even if we can't filter them by individual kits and things like that. I'm gonna look for this house on the gallery. It's called Pastel Coastal. Do as you please with it. And yeah, let me know what you think about the Book Nook kit. Do you feel the same as me? I feel like a lot of people are going to be the same as me. Like, kind of love it, but kind of love it, but why didn't they do this? Yeah, let me know, and I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.